British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has been hospitalized for more tests after showing persistent coronavirus symptoms. Downing Street says the move is a precautionary step since the Prime Minister still has a high temperature 10 days after testing positive for the virus. Johnson had been self-isolating. The government says this is not an emergency admission and Johnson remains in charge of the government. For more on the situation in the UK, here's Jemima Walker in London.
It's been one of the hottest days of the year so far in the UK. While that would normally be cause for celebration, there are fears it's tempted some people into ignoring the lockdown. In a London park, a police van drives around with this message: no sunbathing, exercise only.
No sunbathing at Prime Park, exercise only, please, thank you.
Some Londoners say they're managing to enjoy the sun while respecting regulations.
Everybody wants to go out for their daily exercise and, you know, that's what you're doing just the once, whatever the weather is.
I think people without outside space, it's very hard because you get cooped up and you feel you need to get some fresh air and exercise. People living around here are walking distance. We're very lucky, but others aren't so lucky.
Normally this common would be packed with people sunbathing and having picnics. So yeah, I think it's going to take everyone's willpower today.
Currently, people are allowed out for reasons like exercise, shopping for essential items like food or medicine, or looking after vulnerable people. The government wants people to respect these measures, saying they're crucial in stopping the spread of infections.
For those who aren't socially distancing, this warning from the British Health Secretary.
I couldn't be clearer about my emphatic requirement of people, which is backed up by law, to follow the rules that we've set out and to make sure that people stay at home. That is the number one thing that you can do.
Amid a sense that people are growing weary of life under lockdown, the UK's Queen Elizabeth has recorded a rare address to the nation.
I also want to thank those of you who are staying at home, thereby helping to protect the vulnerable and sparing many families the pain already felt by those who have lost loved ones. Together we are tackling this disease, and I want to reassure you that if we remain united and resolute, then we will overcome it.
Prime Minister Boris Johnson says the government will reassess restrictions in just over a week. The government is under pressure to come up with a so-called exit strategy. What happens when restrictions are lifted? It's a fine balance. The longer the lockdown, the worse the economic hit is likely to be. But if rules are relaxed too early, the virus could return. Jemima Walker, CGTN, London.